You ever have that moment where you're sitting on your couch thinking, I should probably get up and do something productive? And then, 10 minutes later, you're still sitting there, scrolling through memes about people who are lazy. Yeah, that, my friend, is the mysterious gap between thought and action. And guess what lives in that gap? Laziness. Like a sneaky little raccoon waiting for you to drop your motivation. Now, here's the funny part. We all know what we want to do. Wake up early, eat healthy, exercise, work on that dream project. But the second we start thinking about doing it, laziness pops up like, hey buddy, why don't you just sit for a minute and plan how to do it first? And that minute turns into an episode of your favorite show, then a snack break, then a nap. Before you know it, the only action you took was moving from the bed to the fridge. So let's break this down. You have a thought, that's the spark. You have an action, that's the flame. And between them, there's a little space. That space? That's where the battle happens. It's like the no man's land between I should and I did. For example, imagine you wake up and think, I should go for a run. Simple thought, right? But then your brain goes, yeah, but it's kinda cold outside. And you don't have clean socks. And remember that YouTube video you didn't finish last night? Boom, you're done. The gap just opened, and laziness marched right in with snacks and a blanket. See, laziness isn't a lack of energy. It's a master negotiator. It knows exactly how to talk you out of things. It'll whisper, you deserve a rest, or you'll do it better tomorrow. It's charming. It's convincing. It's like that one friend who always says, let's start the diet after the weekend. But here's the truth. The gap only exists for a few seconds. That's the wild part. It's usually just a moment, a few seconds between thinking and doing. If you jump into action right away, laziness doesn't even have time to unpack its bags. Let's test this with a small example. Say you think, I should wash the dishes. If you stand up within 5 seconds, boom, you're doing it. If you sit and think about it, you'll start thinking, actually, I'll wash them after dinner. Or maybe tomorrow morning. That's more efficient. Actually, I heard leaving dishes overnight builds character. And suddenly you're watching motivational videos about cleaning instead of actually cleaning. So what's the secret to shrinking that gap? Action first. Thinking second. Sounds weird, right? But it works. For instance, if you want to exercise, don't plan the perfect routine. Just put on your shoes. Your brain will catch up later. If you want to write, don't wait for inspiration. Open your notes app and type anything. Even if it's, I have no idea what to write, you're already closing the gap. The hardest part is not the work. It's the starting. And if you think about it, that gap is where procrastination builds its empire. It's where dreams quietly fade, because thoughts are powerful, but they're useless until you move. A dream without action is just a nap with extra steps. Now here's something funny. We often overthink before taking action because we want it to be perfect. But guess what? Laziness loves perfectionism. Because if you're waiting for the perfect time, or the perfect plan, or the perfect mood, you'll be waiting forever. Meanwhile, laziness is chilling, sipping a smoothie and watching you delay your own life. Let me tell you a little story. A guy once decided to start learning guitar. He bought the guitar, the stand, even the book called How to Play Guitar in 30 Days. That was 2 years ago. The guitar still looks brand new, not because he's careful, but because he never played it. Every day he says, tomorrow I'll start. And tomorrow keeps changing its name to never. That's the gap in real life. It's invisible, but it steals your time, your potential, and your energy. Here's a small trick to fight it. Whenever you think of something you should do, count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and move. Don't give your brain time to negotiate. You think it, you do it. Because the moment you move, laziness can't follow. It hates movement. It's allergic to progress. And yeah, you'll still have days when laziness wins. That's fine. You're human, not a productivity robot. But the key is not to let laziness turn into a habit. Miss one workout? Okay. Miss 10? Now you've built a routine, just not the one you wanted. Here's the final truth. The gap between thought and action isn't filled by laziness by accident. You leave the door open. Every second you hesitate, laziness walks in, sits down, and starts eating your motivation. So stop inviting it over. Next time you catch yourself thinking, I should probably do that thing, don't think twice. Just get up, move. You'll be surprised how quickly motivation shows up after you start. Because action fuels motivation, not the other way around. So here's your challenge. Close the gap. Shrink it until there's no room for laziness to squeeze through. Don't wait for the perfect time, the perfect mood, or the perfect plan. Just do the thing. Because the longer you wait, the heavier laziness becomes. And who knows, maybe today's small action is what makes tomorrow's dream come true. After all, you don't build success by thinking about it. You build it one action at a time. Now stop watching motivational videos and go do something. Okay, maybe after this one? If you loved it, like, share, and let me hear your thoughts.